Good morning, everybody. Here we go. Let's see. You working? Yep. Okie dokie. Hi, Cece. Bit late starting this morning because of shenanigans, but everything seems to be working now. So, here we are on the second day of February in 2023. We're going to be looking at the games that came out on the 1st of February 2023. We have 48 of them that we can look at on stream today, with 4 red light games that I will not be touching. I'm trying to remember if I had anything else before we get into this. No, I don't think so. I don't know why I think I do, though. If I remember it, I'll bring it up later. All right. Just gonna stretch before we start. All right. Our first game today is Active DBG Braves Rage. For sale for $23.49, developed by ISVR and published by Astrolabe. Braves Rage is a challenging roguelite deck-building game that features an ATB combat system. Players will have to think critically to build their decks and make strategic decisions in the nick of time. Create your dynamic duo from a total of 9 playable Braves and face 20 different challenge tiers. Okay. ATB is active time battle, so there is a timing element to this. I like the art style. Very cool. Seems like there's been a strong response to this game, which makes sense because of how polished it looks. Very nice store page. A very active deck building game. Yeah, really, really nice art. I think it's all... I'm just gonna dive back into this for a second. Yeah, it seems like it is a combination of 2D animation and like puppets. So, very cool. The best game I bought this at the summer sale. Okay, so this is a 1.0 release from Early Access. Cool. Let's check your store charts. Hello Para, hello Step22. Right, we got 38 people playing this right now. And okay. Store page went up a while ago, December 26th of 2020. Everyone was very lonely. And 171 positive reviews, 214 negative reviews. So, seems relatively well received. What am I going to guess for this one? So at minimum, they've already sold about 5,000 or 6,000. I'm going to guess 10,000 for this. I'm going to put them into the sort of middle of the possible range for that. It does look really cool. All right, nice job by this VR. Moving on to our next game called Adventure Light. Adventure Light is for sale for $9.44, down from $10.49, developed and published by Red Beans. Adventure Light is a beautiful and very atmospheric puzzle side-scrolling game about the boy with the magic lantern in the mysterious and dark forest. Okay, getting very, 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 okay. Interesting. So it looks like the screen is moving with you there? Or no, not always. What's the name of the game that this is definitely sort of referencing? The side-scrolling game. It's not Inside. Inside is the game that the studio made the previous time. Okay, I have to look it up. It's just going to drive me crazy. Limbo. Yes, that's it precisely. Yes. So strong Limbo vibes on this one. Looks pretty good, but it is a puzzle platformer, so it is going to struggle. Nice capsule image. Really like that. And a very good, well-made store page. Adventure Light is releasing February 1st. You have a pocket teleporter. That's very cool. You can throw the teleportation thing. Like, there's some very cool mechanics here. Okay, cool. 2 positive reviews. Alright, this went up May 10th, 2021. I know that's 5. Remember when May is. And they only got 122 followers, so very, very few followers. Yeah, less than 0.2 followers per day. So that's like 2 wish lists today? Not great. 2 positive, no negative. Yeah, this one is a bummer, I think. I think some people put a lot of work into this. They have a farming game coming out in a little while, sometime this year, so hopefully that will do better. Definitely a very competent game. They have done their due diligence in terms of making a really pretty looking side scroller, but unfortunately it is a puzzle platformer in 2023, and so it's gonna have a hard time. I am going to guess 600, and that's on the high side. Realistically, I would expect them to sell about half that, and that sucks because it's a really nice game. Moving on to Battle of 2048 Fantasy Edition, for sale for $2.59 from Sakai Studios. Join Prince Alwyn on a quest to save his kingdom. Fierce warrior, stealthy rogue, and powerful mage, and skilled cleric will join your party as you fight enemies and strive for victory in this new take on the classic 2048. Can you and your team emerge triumphant and restore peace to the realm? Ah, okay. So it's literally 2048, except it's also a combat RPG. I think we're starting to see the first line of like Peglin fast follows, because this is very much like trying to do Peglin but with 2048 rather than Peggle. No reviews at all. So, what happened here? One person played it, and they got a grand total of a single follower. Huh. So, well, I think this idea is probably less sticky than Peglin or the breakout version of this idea that we saw last week. I'm surprised at the low numbers. So I'm guessing that Sakai Studio just did not advertise this game, and also it's possible that this is a mobile port. I look at this now and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of mobile port kind of graphics. Okay, so 1 follower, right? Yes. What am I going to guess on this one? 30, maybe? All right, moving on. Hi, Numata. Good morning to everybody who's joining us. We are on Cubis, which is our 4th game, which is for sale for $5.84, down from $6.49. Developed and published by Metaforming Pro. Cubis is a good old classic style action puzzle. Roll the cube and destroy the enemies and objects. Okay. We have some pretty abstract little enemies there. Like that looked like honeycombs. Okay, very abstract looking game. The backgrounds are very busy. Okay. Cube is a good old classic action style puzzle. Roll the cube and destroy the enemies and objects. Various stages. Classical destruction, pleasure. Okay, we have one user review in a language I do not speak, but they were positive for it. So let's see what the charts look like. Okay, we have a store page that went up on December 7th. So, wrong year. 56 days for them to pick up 9 followers. Okay, well, what am I going to guess for this one? I am going to guess 80, maybe? That would be my guess. All right, moving on. To Diamond Skeeball. Diamond Skeeball is a free-to-play game created and published by CPW Games. Diamond Skeeball is an arcade game and one of the first redemption games. The first redemption games? What? It is played by rolling a ball up an inclined lane and over a ball hump that jumps the ball. Okay, so they're just describing Skeeball. Skeeball is a fully Twitch chat played game to play with your community. Okay. I wonder how Twitch chat actually throws the balls, though. Huh. It is played by rolling a ball, blah, 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 blah. It's a chat integrated game for streamers to play with their community. Features the game custom ball skins. Okay. Different game modes, custom overlays. We are actively developing Diamond Skeeball. Hey, Crow's here. Man, wouldn't it be awesome if Crow streamed? I have to get in contact with Crow. I'm going to ping them at some point just because it delights me whenever I see them. Anyway, once again, Kaka Crow is the first person to review the game, and what a worthless review this is going to be, as Crow does not use Twitch. Yeah, it has Twitch chat integration of some sort. The game was frozen for me the whole time, so I don't have too much to comment on. Okay. So even with Crow trying to play it, it isn't clear exactly how Twitch is supposed to work. Alright, moving on to the charts. It's kind of a bummer that they did not get anyone to use this on Twitch. I think they needed to like contact some variety streamers or something as part of their marketing. July 28th. Hmm. 10 followers. And one positive review from Crow. It is free, so I think some people will check it out. I just want to know how it works with chat integration. Like, can chat somehow choose how the balls are thrown? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna guess 100 on this one. Unless something dramatic changes. Yeah. All right. Moving on to Dimensions. Dreadnought Architect. For sale for $16.99, down from $19.99. Developed and published by Craft Theory. Build easier, but produce fancier. Design your Dreadnought from modules. Command your capital ship with a captain experience. Beat distinctive enemies with smart strategy. Plan route on procedural generated galaxy map. Have fun with your friends through network. All right. 55 reviews, but they are mixed. We're still in early access. Okay. So this is sort of like the naval design game that we saw a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, where you're building, but this time you're building you're building like starships and then shooting them. All right, cool. I'm very interested to see what the negative reviews are for this, though. Okay, great game. It's It's minimal, but hey, it's still EA. I haven't played a game like this in a while, and you played for 2 hours. It has potential, but it needs more time, but that is what early access is for. More types of modules, more types of weapons would be a must. It is incredibly difficult to get a part to mirror itself on 2 different sides of the ship, if it's a part you placed before. That's tricky. Okay. Nah, man. Alright. Okay, so most of the reviews are not in English. Yes, okay, so most of the reviews are not in English. That's unfortunate. Okay, so it sounds like there's something here, but it may have been released into early access a little early. 39 people playing it with 149 at peak a day ago. Ah, and a bunch of followers. Yeah, this is the kind of game where it's sort of like, really? This game is going to get a bajillion followers? And yes, people love building games, and they like big spaceships. So here we go. September 27th, 2021. Picked up 3,000 followers in that time, so very healthy 6.15 followers per day. Not bad, not bad, but they got 34 negative reviews. 43. Yeah. You can see the numbers. I'm having trouble speaking today. We're just going to move on. Point is, they have mixed reviews, which is unfortunate, but not entirely unexpected with this kind of building game. A lot of building games seem to release into early access without a lot of polish. And then they sometimes like they pull themselves out of it, and they improve the UI and listen to their community. So that's what I'm hoping that the people at Craft Theory are doing. They are using EA as like a giant playtest, and they will take their community's feedback to heart. As is, they've probably sold about 2,000 right now. Exactly how many they sell will really depend on how much Craft Theory supports this game, how quickly they react to things, how fast they fix problems. If they are perceived to be like working on the game hard and fixing problems that people have and adding new content consistently, this could easily get to 20 or 30,000 over the next year or so. If they don't, they will probably sell 5,000 or 6,000. So I am going to hedge my bets. I'm going to bet 15,000 for this one. All right, but when I'm going to be going back and looking at this again, it's going to be a month. So within 1 month, yeah, I'm going to guess 6,000. All right, but I do think that this one is going to have a really long tail if they do the work and they keep upgrading it. And I need to cough. Hold on a sec. Also coffee. All right, our next game is Disgusting Puzzle 2. All right, so we've seen these people. This is Stunt, and we've seen them a couple of times so far in the last week or so. This is for sale for 96 cents, down from 129. Whoops, daisy. Discussing Puzzle 2 is a puzzle game designed for persons over 18 years old. It is not flagged as not safe for work, though. No. This game is very simple. You have to collect a picture, which consists of 20 elements. With successful assembly, a button will appear with a transition to the next level, which is exactly the same thing that they said the last time. I believe almost all of the images in this game are AI generated because they're full of the sort of greebly nonsense, like this clock doesn't really work as a clock, and it's just a puzzle game. Stunt has released, when was the last game that you released? So they released Scary Turnaround, which was the no monster horror game on the 28th, and then they released the first Disgusting Puzzle on 27th. So they're releasing a lot of games. This got no reviews. And the store page went up on the 19th of January. 3 followers and no reviews. So what am I going to guess for this one? 50 maybe? Alright, moving on to our next game called Don't Get Lost. Don't Get Lost is a free-to-play game developed by Michael Hutchinson and published by Meek, or Mick, M-I-I-C-C-K. I think this is our first solo dev today. Don't Get Lost, a procedurally generated open-world first-person colony sim. Wow. By one person? That's incredibly impressive. Build colonies in an infinite world, alone or with friends, via Steam or self-hosted multiplayer. Okay. This is very cool. And you're releasing this for free, Mike. Are you sure you want to do that? I think people would buy this. I mean, the graphics are very simple, but they're working. All reviews. Positive. Amazing, honestly. Just don't press / and then fly or type give 100 something or spawn 100. Actually, good, fun multiplayer game for a bit, though. Interesting game. Could do to explain how to do things a bit better. Okay, so it looks like they may need to add a tutorial. In Don't Get Lost, my first task was to get lost out of the starting settlement to build a new one. When I got lost in a forest, till I found a nice spot for my new town. Finally, I got lost in the intricate crafting system. Played it for 2 hours. Much better than Escape for Tarkov. Crow's here. Well, Crow was already lost. Somehow I ended up in Mushroom Hill Zone. Does like the scavenging mechanic that's present here. You just start collecting on the dirt ground and find stuff. Alright, cool. Definitely looks like there's something here. I wonder if Mike intends on continuing to work on this game, or if, like, they're done with it. Bunch of people playing it. Yeah, like, colony sim games, fantastically difficult to make. They're really non-trivially challenging to make. But they are also extremely popular. So, if anyone was looking for a game idea, making a colony sim and sort of biting that bullet and figuring out how to make one, you're probably going to get some attention. In comparison, like, I would consider this game to be, for one, it's a one-person game, so it's fantastically impressive. But in comparison to, in terms of like polish, to Adventure Light, it's kind of incomparable, right? I mean, Adventure Light is an extremely polished puzzle platformer, but Don't Get Lost has almost the same number of followers in far less time and has more reviews. Like, more people are looking at this. And yeah, okay, sure, it's free, but I don't think that is the whole story. So, what am I going to guess on this one? This also really depends on Mike. If Mike keeps updating it, especially if he adds Steam Workshop support, which is a huge thing for this kind of game, could have a whole lot of sales. Though, with no way of making money off of it, I don't think that will happen. So, what am I going to guess? I'm going to guess 2,000 on this one, and it could swing wildly in either direction. Our next game is Dungeon Survive, which is for sale for $4.99, developed and published by Davey Chang. So we have another indie solo dev. Dungeon Survivor is a roguelike survival game. You can choose different weapons and specialized skills, make each weapon have a different play experience. Try to survive in the monster pack with specialized weapons. Also, how many seconds can you live in the endgame? Okie dokie, so we have a horde survival game. Where we have a cute little mage dude. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the cute little mage dude. Okie dokie. Early access. Fairly simple store page, but this is a cool GIF. And no reviews. So I think we may have hit the saturation point for just more vampire survival games. I definitely think that you can still make horde survival games and do well now, but I have seen, what, a dozen of them in the last week? It's 2 or 3 per day. And if they don't have a hook that strongly differentiates them from Vampire Survivor, they are no longer getting attention, just because they're horde survival. And unfortunately here, it's a fantasy horde survival game. You're kind of fighting the same kind of enemies that you fight in Vampire Survivor. And so I don't think people paid much attention to it. Also, very little lead time, only 2 weeks lead time. And it doesn't look like there was a lot of marketing push on this. So, unfortunately, while I think Davey Chang did a very cool job and made a cool game, I don't think it's going to sell very much. I'm going to put my estimates down at 50. Just because it is not making the argument of why to play that game over Vampire Survivors, which has first mover advantage, or any of the other really good Vampire Survivor likes that came out recently. Our next game is Duplicado, which is for sale for $3.89, developed and published by Brothers Make Games. Duplicado is a unique, procedurally generated puzzle game that is both meditative and challenging. Journey across a peaceful avocado orchard, planting trees as you slide and solve your way through a nearly endless number of stimulating puzzles. Okay. Huh. Alright, very, very simple art style. The puzzle itself looks kind of cool. It's interesting that they're procedurally generated. I wonder how that affects like difficulty, whether the difficulty swings around wildly. Very simple store page. I'm always amazed when someone can blend a puzzle game with procedural generation. I agree. It's really tricky. The two brothers have done an admirable job in creating this clever conundrum, a meditative and tranquil experience. Well, Colonel Mustard, thank you for the review. That's very illuminating. Have these brothers made other games? No, but they're in the process of doing so. All right, very cool. Let's check your charts. One person played it, probably Colonel Mustard, and the store page went up on the 21st of December. Four followers, one positive review, 0 negative reviews, and it's under $4. So what am I going to guess? I'm going to guess 50 for this one as well. Gonna pause for a little bit more hydration. Hold on. Okay. Our next game is not telling me when it's going. Okay. EscapeGame TimelessRoom. All right. For sale for $5.19, down from $6.49. Developed by nblocksound.games and Kensuke Hirikoshi. And published by nblocksound games. This is a simple escape game. Let's get out of this world by solving the items and gimmicks scattered in the mysterious world. Not what I was expecting. At all. I was genuinely expecting like a first-person escape room. It's very weird that they have the logo there and that they are not really showing us how the game works. Alright, this trailer has left me very confused as to what kind of game this is and how it would work. The art is very cool and surreal. I'm really digging the art, but I don't know what the game is. It's a casual point-and-click game. Sure, you're clicking on objects in these scenes, but it's unclear, like, what the point of that is. Actually, hold on. I have something else I need to deal with. 1 second. Okay, back. So this is a simple escape game, easy to start for first players. Alright. Okay, let's check your charts. One person played this. And the store page went up on the 19th of January. Every day there are a couple of games that confuse me, and this is one of them. I am not sure what was going on here. Clearly something, but yeah, I don't get it. I'm going to guess, what am I going to guess? 20 people play this one? I put it that low because unless I'm missing something very clear about what the game is, I think that people will come to the page, look at it, and go, I don't understand what I would be doing in this game, and then not purchase it. Moving on to Fall and Destroy, which is for sale for $7.64, down from $8.99, developed by Ilya Oblamov? I am definitely pronouncing that incorrectly. And published by Andreev Worlds. I think this is another solo developer, perhaps the craziest simulator of falls and destruction that you have seen. A variety of attractions, beaters, in quotation marks, and physics settings on the levels will definitely not let you get bored. Okay. So we have a blue or a yellow lady, and then you fall, and then there's a ragdoll. Okay, and that looks like a Fall Guys level. I wonder what the goal is. Is it get to the end? Is it just sort of play around with the physics? That reversed film simulation is very cool. Okay. 8 user reviews. Although the game is called Fall and Destroy, here you can go through difficult and not very levels, jump over obstacles, destroy huge towers, run crazy rides, and of course fall in slow motion. Okay, quite an interesting product of the gaming industry, although a bit damp. Damp? What? It's cool that you can customize the levels for yourself and go through those that have already been created. I would like multiplayer to appear in this game. It would be interesting to pass levels with a friend. The game has flexible physics settings. You can also pass levels. Both of them and the description are using that same phrase, which I don't think is correct. The graphics are cool and pleasant. And then several reviews in a language I do not speak. Okay, 2 people are playing it with 6 at peak. Store page went up on the 18th of January. 8 followers. And a surprising number of reviews. So 8 reviews, they are apparently all positive. Well, congratulations, Ilya. You definitely made a game. It's a little confusing as to what the actual point is, but it seems like you can pass levels to progress through the game, and that you can make your own levels, which is always nice. What am I going to guess on this one? I'm going to guess 500, maybe? Physics sims are fun. Moving on to Firework Simulator. Firework Simulator is for sale for $12.39, down from $15.49. Developed and published by Ecomune, or Ecomune. So, Firework Simulator. Play with a variety of fireworks and even make custom ones yourself using different containers, powders, and colors. Okay. This does appear to be exactly what it says on the tin. It's a firework simulator. The environment seems kind of uncomplicated. And I wonder, like, if you can, like, actually, like, set up, like, big displays and have cool cool displays. But no, you can dodge the explosions though. That's interesting. Get knocked off into space. All right. All right. Let's look at the charts. 13th of January. And 21 followers. No reviews. I'm going to guess maybe 30 people will check this out. If it was online and you could make like big fireworks displays, I think people would be more into that. But as it appears to be only like sort of like small untimed fireworks displays and stuff, I don't think that this will find a big audience. I appreciate the capybara logo though. That's very cute. Moving on. Two Flower Memories. For sale for 77 cents, down from 129. Developed and published by Golderite, I think. Exercise your memory alone or with a friend in a beautiful and relaxing environment. Oh, okay, so this is Simon, but with flowers. You have a variety of different flowers, and it seems like you can play with a controller or a mouse or keyboard. Fun little game, great cost benefit, perfect if you miss playing Genius. Oh, okay. I guess it's also called Genius? Alright, a couple of people are checking it out. A couple of people played it, and the store page went up on December 11th. Seven followers, 2 positive, no negative reviews. What am I going to guess for this one? 100, I think. I think some people would check that out because of happy childhood memories playing that game. And we're going to move on to 4-color puzzle. Wait. Is this... I'm going to be really weirded out if this is the same memory game. Okay, so 4-color puzzle is for sale for $129, developed by and published by Massive Hammer Games. Okay. A chill puzzle experience. Set the colors of the pieces so that no two adjacent pieces have the same color. Not the same game. All right. Complete 35 handmade levels or explore infinite randomly generated 3D puzzles. Oh, they have 3D versions of this puzzle too. That's kind of cool. And you have 4 colors. Huh. All right, this looks like actually like a pretty good little brain teaser puzzle. Very clever idea for a puzzle. Does not appear to have found an audience though. Which is a pity, because it does look like a cool kind of like brain teaser puzzle. And okay, so probably no lead time. 7 followers and no reviews. I don't know what I would suggest to like Massive Hammer Games or someone else making a puzzle game like this. Because while I definitely think they have a really cool puzzle here, it's kind of hard to sell. Like the only thing I could think of would be to do kind of what the Tidying Up game did. That was a puzzle game that came out recently and did pretty well. And part of what made that charming was the narrative layer, where like the narrative of the puzzles in that game is that like you have a cat that is like knocking your things over, and then you have to put them back together again. So I wonder if this game, if they took a step back and they were like, how do we frame this puzzle that we have within a narrative environment, so that we can like tell a story to people, like tell a marketing story to people, rather than just our mechanics are cool, because they do have cool mechanics, but it doesn't look like that's quite enough to get people on board these days, even for only $1.29. What am I going to say for this? 30? I think if people looked at this game and paid attention to how it worked, a bunch of people would be kind of interested in playing it, especially for like less than the cost of a coffee. But it's getting those people there and actually holding their attention long enough for them to understand how the puzzle works. Yeah, I think that's where they're probably having problems. All right. Our next game is Golden Record Retriever Demo, which is a free demo. Actually, hold on. Let's double check that this is a demo. My scraper has not been silly. It is a demo, but it is for a game that is not out yet. So unfortunately, Golden Retriever Demo, as cool as you look, we will not be looking at you today. Instead, we will be looking at Guns and Fishes. Guns and Fishes is for sale for $1.94, down from $2.59. Developed by Cavalry and published by Next in Game. Guns and Fishes is a fast-paced action platformer game that uses fishes as ammo, alright, for fighting various enemies. Help Diver to fight against the evil shark yakuza, who wants to steal all the corals for their magical powers. Wow, that sentence went on a journey. Okay. Fight your foes with various weapons and advance through the map with your ... Unfortunately, it looks like your description is too long here, Cavalry. This game is in early access. It has mostly positive reviews. It looks pretty cool. The art style is very simplistic, but you do have a grappling hook, which is something I thoroughly appreciate. It's kind of weird that the enemies don't look like sharks. They just look like little red stickmen. But you are shooting like fish at people. How strange. As an FPS lover, I really like that the levels are getting harder and harder. Wow, played for 15 hours. That's a while. This one was a quick adventure with tons of shooting and platforming. There are platforms of all ranges from easy to challenging. I love the idea of fish ammos. Me too. I think that's very cute. Platform mechanics and weapon variety are very reasonable. I recommend everyone give it a chance. Okay. So, people seem to appreciate this one. Nobody's playing it now, but 5 people were playing it yesterday. They were fairly consistently getting follows. Interesting. Okay. So, in 55 days, they got 235 follows, which is... I agree, yeah. I think if they like, they heavily invest in their art on this one could be one of those games where it's like, sort of like the Ghost Ninja game that came out recently, like the Cyber Ninja game that came out that was very, very popular with speedrunners and stuff. So yeah, I think that they have a cool game here. What I end up normally saying here a lot is like, I don't think that they marketed this much, but considering that the game is very simple looking, imagine this game didn't have like the fish conceit, right? Like it didn't have the idea that you're a diver shooting fish at sharks, and it's fairly clear, considering like their followers per day, that they have been marketing this. It is only $2, but they might raise that price throughout early access. But yeah, I agree. If they get some cool art in here, especially if they make the like red stickman people look more like sharks, I think they could have a very, very respectable little hit here. I'm gonna give them what to do. So yeah, I'm gonna say they got 12 positive reviews, no negative reviews. Yeah, I agree. A fish-based first-person acrobatic platformer, first-person shooter sounds really fun. So what am I going to guess for this one? Currently, they have somewhere around 300 to 400 buyers. What am I going to guess for this one? I'm going to guess 1,000, which is maybe too low, but if they don't upgrade the visuals, I'm going to guess about 1,000. But like Nomada says, I think if they leaned into the visuals and art, hired some people to do some character art, and they wouldn't have many, many more sales than that. All right. Nice job, Cavalry Games. Moving on. to Hank Straightjacket, which is a free-to-play game developed and published by My Next Games. That's not correct. What just happened there? Okay, Hank Straightjacket is a narrative bite-sized game with combining traditional point-and-click gameplay with a time manipulation mechanic. Ooh, interesting. Very cool art style. I'm going to zoom in so we can all enjoy this. Look at the kitty! Okay, but is there more to this scenario? Are we always just going... Okay, we've got the dude here. I do think that we maybe spend the entire game confined in a straitjacket, hanging upside down, which is an interesting idea. It does look like there's more stuff going on. But in the trailer, at least, we're always here. Weird. What a strange idea. I kind of dig it, though. I really love the art style. Time-traveling vigilante Hank has been captured by the devious I think you've got this misspelled here, buds. Unraveler, I think? However, before the crime genius gets rid of the hero, he must satisfy his curiosity. How has this pathetic drunk so easily thwarted so many of his plans? Will Hank be able to use the villain's obsessions against him to escape from this grim situation? All right, so this is a little narrative game in one scene, which is very clever. Okay, I am very interested in who made this. Hey, Hackro. Once again, Crow is the first person. Of course, I would play a game with straitjackets in it. However, okay, I'm not going to keep it. It's a visual novel, but it has Prince of Persia's time mechanics. Pretty sure that's just a weird way of hitting F5. I don't know. I think it's cool. My next game. So, have you made anything else? You have. Back in 2018, they released an indie action RPG dungeon crawler to mixed reviews and moderate success. And they're making more games with this Hank guy. Okay, cool. Interesting. Moving on. Game went up on January 19th. That does not feel like long enough. Mind you, this game is, I think, probably only 20 minutes long. That would be my guess. And it is free. What am I going to guess on this one? 38 followers. So a healthy interest. Followers per day pretty high. But only one user review. And it's from Crow, who's a weirdo. I wonder what they're up to. Maybe this is intended to be sort of a marketing game for a bigger one of Hank's adventures, maybe? What am I going to guess? It is cool looking. I'm going to guess 500. And move on to Hiden Ruin. Hiden Ruin is for sale for $6.49. Developed and published by Ruddy Garcia Heredia. A challenging platform game that will test your skill and patience. Interesting. I've never seen a game advertised to specifically test your patience before. Okay, so we're this little orange-haired girl. She has a dash and a wall thing. It doesn't look like we have wall climb, we just have wall jump. There are platforms. This looks very challenging, so I think that's probably part of the idea. We have Hearts as Health. This is our first Hearts as Health game today. I wonder if I should add a column to my spreadsheet for Hearts as Health. It feels a little mean, but okay, yeah. This reminds me a lot of the Tower of Assault in Hollow Knight. Not a lot of environmental variety, and there's no narrative layer to this. That's what I would... Like I say, puzzle platformers are really tough, and they are. They're very difficult to sell these days. That one looks very competent, like the movement mechanics all look very tight. But there's kind of no hook there aside from the difficulty. January 10th. Also, it does not look like there was a big marketing campaign for this, which you would need. You would need to be marketing the heck out of this one to get, like, any puzzle platformer these days is working uphill. So, I'm impressed by the mechanics of this one, but I can't see it selling many copies, unfortunately. What am I gonna guess? 20, maybe, unfortunately. Best of luck, Rudy Garcia Heredia. And moving on to HYPERBLADE. HYPERBLADE for sale for $5.49, down from $7.79. Developed and published by Tiny Planet Games. HYPERBLADE is an instant-death, dashing-only slasher game full of blood and improvised badassery. Time manipulation and physics-based gameplay elements give the player a unique and challenging experience. This is a weird choice to use as a trailer intro. Oh, okay. Not the kind of game that I thought it was. I thought we had another side-scroller, but no, it looks like we have, yes, we have a Hotline Miami-like. This looks very cool. I'm also getting some with like the way that you can reflect shots and stuff. It's kind of reminding me of Heat Signature. Anyone played that game? Heat Signature was great. All right, this looks very stylish and cool. Whoops, a daisy. Early access game. Is this still in early access? Okay, so this is still in early access. Awesome game, cool atmosphere, and very challenging. Played for 4 hours. So far, this seemed pretty promising. It's a tough game, but it's just one of those where the controls aren't overwhelming. Nice. This game is incredibly satisfying to play. Played for only half an hour, though. Awesome concept executed to perfection. The slow-mo mechanics of the game really opens up different play styles, and the map is challenging and forces you to adapt. Addictive, clever, gorgeous, like a rush to the brain. Played for 5 hours. So, very, very nice positive reviews here. People are digging it. Okay. So, 15 positive, no negatives. I'm interested to see what their follower per day count is, because I'm assuming it's going to be pretty high. No one's playing it now. 9 people were playing it yesterday. Followers, I picked up 120 of these from December 17th, 2021. Is that 21? No, 2022. So, healthy followers per day, not super high. So, what do I think? The gameplay on this one looks real tight. So, what am I going to guess? I'm going to guess... Like, what I see when I look at this, though, is that there is only the gameplay. There is no sort of narrative layer like you got in something like Hotline Miami, or even in Katana Zero. It's just mechanics, right? They don't mention the narrative context at all. Oh, it's solo dev. Wow, enormously impressive game for solo dev. Please do not expect many hours of content at this stage of development. Very good to flag that very early. They have a Discord. What am I going to guess on this one? Okay, I'm really hoping that this game sells enough that Tiny Planet Games can keep working on it and add that like narrative layer that I think would really keep people talking about it. Because a game with only mechanics, it's rare for people to keep talking about it, and for a small indie game like this, that kind of like natural growth is really important. So, I'm going to guess 3,000. That might be going out on a limb here. The numbers don't quite bear that out, but yeah, I'm hopeful because the mechanics look really, really tight on that one. All right, moving on. 2. Imposters Countdown. For sale for $2.59, developed by Hello Friend Games and published by Hello Friend Publishing. Here we go, Imposters Countdown. I have seen this person on the How to Market a Game Discord. Complete tasks and minigames, report bodies, call voting sessions, hack the station, overload the reactor, betray your friends. An online party game of teamwork and betrayal for 4 to 12 players in third person. Escape the ship before the countdown runs out. Don't get fooled by the rogue AI. So it is an Among Us-like. It is a social deduction game with spacemen in 3D. The tasks look very elaborate. Like, I'm sure that that's what these screens are. These are the task screens where you have to go and do something in the ship while providing an opportunity for the traders to kill you. They recently changed their capsule image to this sort of Sentai screen, and I do like it. Heavily inspired by Among Us, you start with a maximum of 12 people. Most are crewmates, but 1 or more androids. So the bad guys are androids in this one. People are liking it. Join the message game, no games found. Very much in early access and not bug-free, but this game has potential. I agree. Okay, so 7 positive reviews. Unfortunately, no one is currently playing it, which is always the bummer whenever I see an indie game do a multiplayer-only game. When did this come out? This went up on November 2nd, 2020. Wow, that's a while ago. And they only picked up 59 followers, so not much in the way of follower velocity. Still, 7 positive reviews, no negative reviews, means the game, there's some good stuff there. Unfortunately, like most of the indie multiplayer games that I see, if you cannot maintain a player base, the game is really going to struggle. So, with sort of a 4-player minimum, what am I going to guess? 500, I think. Yeah, that's going to be my guess on this one. All right, moving on. To Iron Sky, a Lunar Adventure. On sale for $3.89, down from $6.49. Developed and published by Fad Games. You find yourself on the moon in a downed flying saucer, wearing a cracked spacesuit helmet, under the watchful eye of Obergruppenführer Gruber of the Fourth Reich. So we have a Nazis on the moon game. All right, this is where we're going. One thing is certain, you don't belong here. Okay. So is this an adventure game or a visual novel, or some combination of the two? It's kind of fun. Okay, so there's animations, but it's still unclear as to whether or not this is like an adventure game. I think it's an adventure game. Okay. All right, so it's a point-and-click adventure game about Nazis on the moon. Fad Games, have you made other games? Nope, this is your first and only game so far. Short and bizarre, which I usually don't mind, but it was never clear what was going on, and I don't think a single question set up in the game, and there were a lot, got answered by the end. The soundtrack was chill, though. Also, you only played for half an hour, so this is a very, very short game. I never expected to see this franchise again. Yeah, me neither, especially not in this form of like an indie adventure game. Iron Sky Lunar Adventures is a good game. It has at most 30 minutes of content and puzzles. I like that the story gives no hints to what happens next, so everything is like a little mystery. Overall, I don't really see this game gaining a massive following, but I could see a speedrun community of some sort farming. Maybe. Alright. This is another one where it's sort of like, how did this happen? Like, Iron Sky was like a sort of B movie that came out a while ago, like 2011, I think. When did Iron Sky come out? Iron Sky. 2012. So there was this movie, and it was about like Nazis invading from the moon. And now it's this. How did this happen? The story behind this must be fascinating. All right, January 28th, 2023. So they released this game with absolutely no lead time of any kind. Yeah, 4 days of lead time. 15 followers. And how many people reviewed this? So it was 1 negative and 2 positive. Bizarre. No idea on this one. What am I gonna guess? Like they've sold maybe 100? Maybe? I'll guess 300? Maybe? Like, wow, how did this happen? It's very, yeah. I don't know. That's a weird one. All right, moving on to Kitten Hero. For sale for $3.50, down from $3.89. Developed and published by Head Bear Games. Kitten Hero is a fast-paced action platformer where you... I don't think this is the version of where that you wanted there. You play as a little cat, little is misspelled, very cute by the way, trying to rescue his friends from an evil artificial intelligence. Precision platform, difficulty, 2-beat platformer, cats. Okay, so we've got a little cat who is very cute. I agree. Extremely cute cat you have here. Oh no, your little person got kidnapped by aliens. Rescue your friend. I'd say the mechanics here seem a little bit floatier than the mechanics in the other sort of puzzle platformer along this vein that we saw. Kitten Hero. Alright, so this is a precision platformer, not a puzzle platformer. Everyone loves cool cats, and it's great having them on a platform. Really cool level design. There's always a different mechanic to go to try to dodge and not die. Played for 2 hours. Okay, 80 levels. Show me your charts, Kitten Hero. Alright, June 4th, 2022. June, not July. Right? Yes. And only gained 26 followers. 1 positive, no negative. I am going to guess 30 for this. Now, I think Headbear Games could have done more marketing and could have sold a bunch more of this game, I think. Because it is extremely cute, and precision platformers do better than puzzle platformers. But, yeah, given where they are and their overall followers per day velocity, that's about what I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess 30. Still, it looks cute. The mechanics look good. And I think it's probably a pretty good game. Moving on to Maze / Break, which is on sale for $8.09, down from $8.99. Developed and published by Tehawar. Gather your team, arm them with some gear, and try to find the way out through the hordes of monsters in a procedurally generated maze. Ooh, okay. So we're a little H walking through a maze and picking up stuff. RPG simulation roguelite game. So yeah, this is giving me sort of like original Rogue kind of vibes. Oh wow, you have a like the combat, like you have all your party members standing there. All right, cool. Hmm. In this game, the player finds himself in a mysterious maze full of monsters. In order to get out, he must obtain Speaking is difficult, 3 keys guarded by bosses, as well as find the door that these keys fit into. He will be helped by the Helpers. Okay. Human-like creatures that, under the influence of the protagonist's special powers, will willingly join his team. All right, so you're building a team of like explicitly inhuman allies. Interesting. The labyrinth is procedurally generated. In addition to randomly generated helpers, you'll also find chests with a random reward, a weapon, or a scroll with a spell, as well as lots of monsters, thanks to which your team will gain experience. Helpers don't listen to your direct orders. Although combat is turn-based, it's automatic, with the warriors representing you will eagerly reach for their weapons as well as you equip them with. Okay, so it's an auto-battler, as well as a sort of random roguelike. Interesting. Store page went up 14th January and has attracted 8 followers and no reviews. So, what do I think here? I think this is a heartbreaker. I think somebody worked really, really hard on this. Probably one person would be my guess. And then they didn't tell anyone about it until like 2 weeks ago. That is my guess. So that's kind of a bummer. All right. Best of luck, Tehuar, and I look forward to seeing your next game. I'm going to guess you will sell 20 copies of this. That's probably my guess. All right, moving on to Meat Puppet. Meat Puppet is for sale for $8.91, down from $10.49, developed by Kronos Digital Entertainment, and published by Pico Interactive LLC and Bleem.net. Lotus Abstraction, a beautiful woman with a keen mind and a big gun, living in a destroyed 21st century. Someone has taken her memory and her freedom. Now she must kill or be killed, while trying to find out whoever or whatever is controlling her. Strong old school Fallout vibes. Right? Wait, why did this suddenly end? Yeah, like really old turn-based isometric game vibes, like late 90s stuff. I wonder if this is a remake or a re-release. Over 300 individual rooms spread out over 6 cities. All right. Fully interactive environment. Each level contains over 150 objects. Why are you numbering these? That can be used, manipulated, or destroyed to suit your purposes. 35 characters in 300 rooms, so it's kind of sparse. That's part of the quest. So it's not a re-release. It seems like it's a new game released in 2023 that looks like this. That is a choice. Looks like one person played it, and they got 38 followers. No reviews. And it went up on January 18th. Decent followers per day, but very, very short window. Strange that they don't show any other characters, right? Are we not seeing any other characters? We're seeing some monsters. Definitely looks like there's some combat system, though it's not clear what. We don't see any other characters you can talk to, or different environments. Okay. A little confused by this one. I'm going to guess 50 or 60 copies on this. Definitely sort of a tribute to the games of a particular era. Alright, moving on to Metal Black TMS Tribute, which is for sale for $8.09, down from $8.99, developed and published by City Connection. Collect New Alone to level up your beam, then release energy! The home console version of the incredible This is not the home console. The home console version of the incredible side-scrolling shooter Metal Black is back with online rankings. 2 players can play together! Exclamation mark. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a release, like a Steam release of, yes, alright, a shooter that came out in 1991. Or possibly a port of the home console version of a Steam release from, not of a Steam release, of an arcade game from 1991. And there's little sort of molecule objects going around here. Alright, cool. Space shmup. Do not recommend this. What's going on? PS plus Xbox controller is not working. No controller support. Game runs inside a 4x3 box for modern widescreen monitors, but has no option to play in proper 4x3 resolution on your actual 4x3 monitor. Classic shmup. Not sure if the online ranking works right now. It's stuck loading every time I try to select it. Well, it's possible that no one has played it yet, so it may not be working. But this does not seem like it was a particularly precisely done port. The lack of controller support is really going to hurt there. City Connection, are you porting a bunch of these? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so these people are porting old arcade games. And they're getting a few sales off these. Okay, interesting. So 1 positive, 2 negatives, and they picked up a couple of people played this. Store page went up on the 5th of January. And they got 96 followers. So it looks like there is a following for this game. I'm going to guess 300 sales on this one. I hope that they go in and fix the bugs that people were reporting. Moving on to Methods, the Canada Files. Okay. Methods, the Canada Files is for sale for $4.24, down from $4.99. Developed and published by Locked On Games. Methods, the Canada Files is a mystery visual novel set 3 years before the events of Methods. Okay, so this is a prequel to a game that already came out. In the last stages of the Canadian detective competition, Detective Larica Downs is determined to discover the truth at all costs. Wow, alright. A lot of world building in here. Very strong. There is a Canadian detective competition, and we have a character. I really like the art style. Like, it's very, very unusual and distinctive. New cast of characters. Locked On Games. I wanted to go check out the other game, but I'm gonna stick around here and I'm getting kind of Danganronpa vibes off of this. Because, like, man, that's a great character design. I love these. These are really cool. All right, Locked On Games. Show me your other game, the original one. Okay, so they have a bunch of these. Interesting. Methods. So the first one of these, Methods, the detective competition, came out in June 1st, 2020. And did quite well. Quite well indeed. Reminds me of the Gorillas. Yeah, that's the art style. It's the Gorillas art style. Okay. How have I never heard of these? I love detective games. Okay, I'm gonna check these out off of stream. This is an early access. Interesting that a visual novel is in early access. Last few stages of the Canadian detective competition. Blah blah blah. This is this copy. Prequel visual novel to Methods of Detective Competition. It features a brand new story, new cast of eccentric characters, and a new style of mystery solving gameplay. Interesting. Pause reviews. I'm guessing all of the reviews will be, oh wow, okay, fascinating. We need Chinese. Huh. A lot of the reviews are in Chinese. I was expecting French. I was assuming that this was a French-Canadian thing. But no. No, the only language they have is English. So yeah, Locked On Games. I really hope that you port this to Chinese, because it seems like there's an interest there. They did get to 10 positive reviews. The previous game sold somewhere around 10,000 copies, so I wonder if this will get to the same place. October 26th. So 98 days, they only got 45 followers. Not a great velocity in terms of follower count. I wonder if they're marketing somewhere else, or they have like a really strong mailing list or something. Because to get to 10 positive reviews within the first day with only 45 followers is very unusual. Okay, they have 10 positive reviews. What am I going to guess for this? They sold 10,000 last time. I'm going to give them probably the same, I think. I trust them that they know what they're doing. All right, moving on. To Mighty Mage. Mighty Mage is for sale for $3.50, down from $3.89. Developed by Antonio Felipe and published by Afil Games. So I think we have another solo developer. Mighty Mage is a top-down arena shooter roguelite where you play a cute mage wielding up to 5 elemental spells at a time to fight off hordes of enemies. Choose from a variety of upgrades and spells to create unique builds. So we have another kind of horde survival game, I think. Much smaller number of people on screen. I find the fact that like you open your little spell book whenever you cast spells very cute. Seems like it's got some really nice art. The numbers are not giving me like really strong horde survival vibes. It feels more like something like Isaac. Okay, one user review. What concerns me is that this red carpet is always here, which is maybe not intentional, but the red carpet always being there is telling me that this game takes place entirely in one room. Fun and challenging game. The art is very retro with a nice pixel art. I liked how the progression of levels happens. Okay. 2 people peak. 10 followers. 1 positive, no negatives. And it went up on December 25th. I'm gonna guess 50. Very cute art style. Looks like it's competently made, but the fact that there's very little variety on display here is definitely working against it. Still, fantastic job. You made a game, Antonio Felipe. Nice. And we're gonna move on. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if I should read the titles before I like go live, but then you would miss my real reaction to reading the name Mullet Hell, which is our next game, for sale for $5.19, down from $6.49. Developed by 1UP Indie and Leo Don, and published by Leo Don. Mullet Hell. Wow. Blast your way through hair-curling enemies to prove you are worthy of the mullet. Mullet Hell is a casual roguelike reverse bullet hell where you must fend off foes while seek to remove your luscious locks from your heads. The images are deeply disturbing. Also, this looks very, very slow for a bullet heaven game. Yeah, that's just intensely distressing. And also does not appear to bear out what we're seeing in game. Like, the guy has eyes here. Definitely something going on here. All right. Deal with the grief. Deal with your grief and come to accept that you can never escape. Make use of an arsenal of weapons that grow stronger as you progress to destroy every last barber, straight razor, and screecher to prove you are worthy of the mullet. A lot of choices were made here. Not all of them comprehensible. Soundtrack is 11 out of 10. Oh, okay. Got some good tunes on this one. Had a fun time streaming Mullet Hell. I am new to the genre and it was hella challenging to get rolling. Enjoyed the gameplay and music and realizing how bad I am. Nice. So played for half an hour, played for 3 hours on stream apparently. Okay. Alright, when did this go up? Yeah, I thought so. Alright, 18th January. Yep, 2023. So, they only had this game up for 2 weeks, which is not enough time to build up followers. They only got 10 of them, which is not a great follower per day for even 2 weeks. But I think if they advertised this one, they might have done well, but my god, are the picture like the photo edits really distressing in the trailer. Like, good heavens. It says there's 4 reviews, but I'm only seeing 2 of them. That's 3. All languages, please. Okay, there we go. They are all 4 or positive. This one hits me as one that, like, was not advertised, because just because of how weird the idea is, I think people would talk about it. The mechanics look pretty basic and very slow for this kind of horde survival game. But it's weird enough that I think people would pay attention to it. As it stands, I'm going to guess 500 sales on this one. Yes, they definitely stayed on theme there. All right, moving on to our summer sports, which is for sale for $7.79, down from $12.99. Developed and published by Satbox. It's time for some summer fun. The competition heats up in this series of sports contests. Okay, we got little box dudes doing a surfing. We got a very long trailer, almost 3 minutes long. Okay, looks like there's a diving game. Ooh, a manta ray. Okay, so this is like a little beach sports minigame game. No reviews in English. Apparently there is one. Nice game to play with friends in couch co-op. Too bad I can't play it with Steam or Remote together, or at least I think it's not supported, but didn't test it. Controls are okay. Buy it while it's on discount. Played for only half an hour though. Store page went up October 24th. And only attracted 7 followers. Not great. 1 positive, no negative reviews. What am I going to guess for this one? 50? I'm going to guess 50, but I'm going to check and see whether or not Satbox has made a bunch of other games like this. Release dates. So they do make mostly party games. Okay. How did their previous game do? No user reviews at all, so they're already beating it with Summertime Sports. Party Time, 4 user reviews, 1 user review, 1, 2. Okay, so yeah, they're probably expecting to sell somewhere between 50 and 200. So I'm gonna bet 100, just because they have been doing this for a while, and so they probably have some idea what they're doing. All right, moving on. To Package. Package is a free-to-play game developed and published by Indie Drakosha, which I think is probably another solo developer. Cute little cat and or dog girl. Oh no. Okay. This fan game is based on the lore of the character Anna Amur Tiger. In this game, you have to deliver a package to Anna, find out where the tiger is hiding, deliver the package, and don't stop until you succeed. So we have a playthrough trailer. Like literally, they are changing the settings in the trailer. So yes, I'm guessing this is a solo developer. I'm guessing that Anna Amur Tiger is a VTuber? No. What? Anna the Orangutan. Okay. The only thing that's showing up for this thing is this game. Wow. Okay. She looks like a VTuber. Maybe she is, and it's misspelled or something. All the girls are very cute. The premise is bizarre, and the fact that I can't find this when I go looking for it is really weird. Based on the lore of the character Anna Amur Tiger. Okay. All rights to the characters belong to their owners. Links can be found in the main menu item About. Okay, I might try this game just to try and figure out where this is going. It looks like a visual novel, except that you have like navigation, so I guess it's more sort of like the old Myst games. 7 reviews. Why does she have over 5 screens though? Like even 9/11 operators have a max of 3 screens. After a certain point, you just become a bleep. It sounds like a Harry Potter name. Crow is nuts. Yeah, Anna Amur Tiger is a VTuber. Okay. All right, that makes more sense. I was very surprised that I couldn't find it on Google. Everyone seems to be digging it, so, India Dracosha, fantastic job. I really hope you asked permission before you did this, because, like, that could be real creepy if you didn't. Like, I definitely hope that Anna knows that you were making this. So, January 11th, 2023. 15 followers. 7 positive reviews. Only has 500 followers, and I think she's Russian speaking only. Well, yeah, the developer is definitely Russian, right? The name for the game is showing up in Russian on SteamDB. So hard to say. Like, kind of wild that like a streamer with only 500 followers had someone make them a visual novel. Like, clearly a quite polished visual novel, especially because this is very clearly made in Ren'Py, and all of the characters are like live 2D assets. So this is very inside baseball, but working with live 2D inside of Ren'Py is a nightmare. So the fact that someone put in like the dedication to actually get that working is really really cool. Like, so neat. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to guess that all of Anna's followers will check this out. And I'm going to say 500. I do not know why I'm putting that down, because this one's very unusual. All right. Moving on to Pebble Feel, which is also for free and is developed by Shiftall Inc. and published by the same. Pebble Feel, the device allows you to feel hot cold in existing VR metaverse. What? I don't think this is real. I think this is a scam, and also not a game, so I'm going to get rid of that. Like, that could be integration with one of the recently coming out like the shirts that have like cooling pipes and stuff in them, but Yeah, potentially the VTuber commissioned it. Could have been a milestone reward thing, but still fascinating. That would make more sense because of the fact that they clearly have the actual VTuber assets, right? Like they have the live 2D assets. So maybe it was a commission thing. I don't know. I kind of want to dig more into that one, but I'm sure that all of the actual primary sources would be in Russian. I don't speak Russian. All right, moving on to Plasmarena. Wait, hold on. Plasmarena is for sale for $6.49, developed and published by Wolf Nosilo. Plasmarena is a top-down arena shooter ideal for casual play with friends. Shatter them to pieces in an endless arena of digital death. Okay. All right. Yes, I don't speak Russian yet. 5-player arena showdown. Okay, so you were these little triangular ships, and we're shooting, and we're trying to kill people. This is a PvP multiplayer game. Does not look like it has bots, and no reviews. Let's try that again. Plasmarena went up on the 19th of January. So, what am I thinking for this one? If I'm guessing, this is Wolf Nosilo's first game, and I think this is a heartbreaker because despite the fact that it has very simple art, I definitely think that this took a long time to make. All right. If that is the case, congratulations, Wolf Nosilo, for making your first game. I look forward to seeing your next one. I'm going to just double check that that is the case, and you have not made other games before. Yeah. All right. This is a first game. Unfortunately, again, multiplayer only game, did not get the player numbers necessary at launch to sustain a community. So I'm going to guess 20 maybe on this one, unfortunately. All right, moving on. To Puzzle Bobble TM2X Bust-A-Move to TM2 Arcade Edition and Puzzle Bobble TM3 Bust-A-Move TM3S Tribute. This is City Connection again, apparently porting 3 or 4 games at once. Unless this is a bundle? I'm just going to double check that this is not a bundle. I'm supposed to be filtering for bundles, but my filters are not perfect, apparently. No, this is a unique game, but it is all of these Puzzle Bobble games and Bust-A-Move. So it is for sale for $17.54, down from $19.49, developed by City Connection. And yeah, I mean, this is Puzzle Bobble and Bust-A-Move. TM, yes. Definitely TM. Okay, so these are ports of the classic arcade game. Not recommended. The game is missing content. This seems to be the Saturn port. Interesting. Which doesn't include the popular Win Contest mode. You cannot unlock any characters in Bust-A-Move 99, and the 1025 collection mode has the list menu rather than the much better numbered menu. This person is an expert. Thank you, Melancholy Water. I'm going to be completely honest with everyone here. This game is not worth buying. Why? Because the game is missing the biggest feature of Puzzle Bobble 3, the Win Contest. Both of these people are experts. Clearly, there is still a active community for this for these games. Really didn't want to hate this, but I'm a bit disappointed. The game isn't even fully translated into English. Literally a direct port of the originals with no effort involved in the port. I'm guessing that these may not even be ports. This would be my guess. My guess is that these are just emulations, right? Someone has probably a Saturn emulation and a license to port all these things, and that is my guess. My guess is that they are, because they're doing so many of these, you can't port games this quickly normally. So yeah, my guess is these are just like the Saturn ROMs running on an emulator. A couple of people are playing it though. Like, people still really love Bubble Bobble. I never really got into it, but like the people who are into it are apparently very into it. January 5th, 2023. picked up a bunch of followers. So yeah, like much more interest in this one, I think, than in their previous game that came out today. But that still had some pretty healthy interest, Metal Black S. So they are porting like popular games. It just seems like they're not putting any effort into it, which is too bad. Gonna guess 500 for this one, I think. Or no, I'm gonna guess 1,000 because it is Bubble, and even if it doesn't have like the win contest mode, whatever that is, I think people will still pick it up. I am going to move on. To be clear, I don't think that they're going to sell 1,000 copies of this right away. I think that this is just a game that will sell a couple of copies a week forever, basically. All right, our next game is Quadice, or Quadice. I think it's probably Quadice. For sale for $4.24, down from $4.99. Developed by Euphonia Studios, or Euphonia Studios. Yeah, and published by the same. Hard to say these ones. A tile matching puzzle game. Alright, so we have a sort of Tetris-like game. Okay, so you have to make squares with these little dice cubes, I guess? Okay. One follower, and it went up on the 7th of January. One follower, no reviews. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to guess 10, probably, on that one. Moving on to Rhythm Sprout Sick Beats and Bad Sweets. That's a good name. I like that name. All right, for sale for $17.54, down from $19.49. Developed by Cert and published by TinyBuild. We have a developer playthrough going on. Enjoy chill lo-fi walks and fights bosses to K-pop, EDM, and hip-hop inspired tracks. Features a quirky story, 30 handcrafted levels, and various EX modes to refresh your gameplay. Okay, so we're this little knight dude who is, I think, an onion. I think we are the Onion Knight, and you're fighting evildoers by playing a rhythm game. All right, neat. The UI looks very stylish and polished. Gameplay looks pretty polished. We have 61 reviews in a very positive thing. Yep. Rhythm Sprout is a handcrafted game. So they have news posts about the fact that it's out. Handcrafted levels. Every music track goes together with a unique, detailed 3D environment designed around its theme and story beat. Cool. Keep an eye out for little events and Easter eggs throughout the levels. Nice. The art is very cute. Let's see what people are saying. A very fun and satisfying game. Played the demo for 2 hours and got me hyped for the full release. Oh, do they have a demo? No. It looks like they took down their demo when they released the game. Interesting choice. Fantastic game. It has amazing music, humor, and is just really addicting. Also, you play as a little onion guy. Yeah, and they played for 4 hours. So yeah, people seem to be digging this one. Top tier rhythm game, 10 out of 10 story, 10 out of 10 difficulty. Bunch of people playing it right now, over 140. And some people were looking at this on Twitch. A lot of people were looking at this on Twitch. Look at that. 14,000 people on Twitch looking at this. Not bad in terms of exposure. We have under 140 in top sellers, which is not bad at all. And this went up on November 26th, 2020. So they had some time to gather followers and to do marketing. And 1579, not bad at all. So I do want to check out Cert. Cert, have you built anything else? No, you haven't. But TinyBuild is like a major indie publisher, so I'm guessing they helped out with marketing, right? We see Hello Neighbor, Graveyard Keeper, Potion Craft, right? a lot of big indie games get published by Tiny Build. So they, I can see why, right? Like you look at this game and you're like, yeah, this is a game that has legs. So what am I going to guess on this one? They've already sold about 2,000 copies, so they are over their followers already. I'm going to guess that's going to continue. I'm going to guess 10,000, I think, for this one. Might be slightly less, might be a bit more, but that's going to be my guess. Nice job, Cert. Looks like very cute. Our next game is Risky Woods, which is for sale for $7.64, down from $8.99, developed by Dynamic Software, not Dynamic Software, Dynamic Software, developed by Bleem.net or published by Bleem.net and Pico Interactive LLC. Battle your way through risky woods and murky caves, stomping skeletons, ... traps to trick you, ... face-gripping flying fiends. Okay. Everything you could want from an arcade adventure. Okay, so we have a combat side-scroller, sort of like Castlevania, I think? What just happened there? Why are you dying when you pick up apples? What? That's weird. No reviews. Okay. Looks like nobody played it. And the store page went up on the 18th of January. The apple kept the doctor away, so he died. Yeah, okay. That's, I mean, you know, that's as good an explanation as any. January 18th. $29 followers. Okay, Dynamic Software. Have you made other things? No, this is your only game. Some very unusual creature designs. This is really giving me the feeling of being in Blockbuster in like 1996 and going like, ooh, what about this game? Which if that was what they were going for, excellent job. I don't know about this one. I think I'm gonna guess 40 maybe. Yeah, that's just gonna be my guess on that one. Our next game is Shape Palette, which is on sale for $4.49, down from $4.99. Developed and published by Team Lowercase. It has a very old Steam ID. Shape Palette is a 2D logic puzzle game. Manipulate shapes in order to venture through levels that are sure to test out your skills. Okay, so you're mixing colors and shapes together. Oh, to make, I think, the shapes that are appearing on the left-hand side, maybe? Nope, that's not what it is. Doesn't make sense. All right. Very small store page and no reviews. Okay, November 15th, 2019. I think this might go back even further, but I'm not going to really dig that hard on this one, I don't think. 17 followers, so extremely low followers per day. No reviews. I think this one is suffering, like a lot of puzzle games, on comprehensibility. Like, does anyone have any idea how this works? The sound is not a voiceover explaining things. I do think the puzzle games can benefit from having voiceover explain how the puzzle works, because this is just flickering shapes if we don't know what any of this is or does, right? I'm gonna guess 20 people, I think, and I'm gonna move on. To Super Mondo Demo, which is a free demo for Andre, released by Andre Santander and published by the same. So again, another solo dev, I think. Is this okay? This is another one of those things where the demo gets mixed up with the app ID of the game. We have looked at this before, Super Mondo, so we will not be looking at it again. We looked at it when it came out on the 26th of January. Moving on. Though I am glad to see that they put out a demo. All right, next game is Tebb and the chistorbes? Chistorbes? Not sure. It is also free to play, and it is developed and published by Andre Caballero. I think that's it. Caballero. Yes, Andre Caballero. And is also, looks like it is a solo dev. All right, we have a little puzzle platformer where you are trying to get two places, and it looks like you can flip over between the platformers. Definitely got some V stuff where you can like flip gravity around. Okay, 2 user reviews. I like the little dude. I like his little green check mark. The page is not in English. The game is hard and fun, but my antivirus reacted to Tebb.exe, included that it is not a threat, but might be something to look into for indie devs. Okay, I think this is probably that the exe is not signed. So yeah, it will cause antiviruses to react. That is probably something you want to look at, Andre Caballero. Oh, there's like bosses and stuff. That's cool. I didn't expect there to be bosses. Okay, store page went up November 19th. Six followers and 2 reviews. Right, there were 2 reviews here, right? Yes. Browse all 2 reviews. Yep. So 2 positive reviews. Just wanted to confirm that they were both positive. Okay, what am I gonna guess here? It is free, so I'm gonna guess 60 probably. Check that one out. All right, moving on. To Art of War card game, which is another free-to-play game developed and published by Bright Dawn Entertainment. Oh, looks like they've got some nice reviews there. Lead one of 4 factions of your choice and defeat all your opponents in fierce card battles with real players from all around the world. Destroy your enemies, reinforce the power of your empire, and comprehend the art of war. All right, we've got a cool little storybook introduction here, but are we going to see the actual game? No. Nice logo, though. Wow, interesting choice to not show gameplay at all in the trailer. I wouldn't necessarily do that myself. Okay. Reminds me kind of Gwent. Pretty good card art. But it's unclear how the game plays. Looks like we have different decks that represent different kingdoms within a fictional setting. And then they do actually explain how the card game works, which is good, though I think maybe putting out a trailer to show that as well would not necessarily be a bad idea. Crow is here saying the card wine cellar is certainly broken in this game. It's like the Black Lotus in this game. Unfortunately, you will not become a millionaire if you find one, though. Didn't expect this kind of quality from an indie game. There is not much functionality in the game, only the most necessary. But everything is very high quality and nice to look at. I can only note that there is currently not possible to invite a friend to play a game. You can either play with a stranger or play with the AI. Hope the game gets even better with updates. Good luck to the developers. Okay, yeah, and this is really in early access, so they could very well add like additional features and search options. Being able to play with your friends is pretty important for a multiplayer game, though. I think one-on-one multiplayer games are much less of a risk because if you can find even one other person, there's someone to play with. It's when you have like very large multiplayer games that you run into the problem of like population. December 16th, 2022. And they got 244 followers. So just slightly under the wishlist per day cap. And I think that they probably could have gotten over that with some additional marketing. Because they've got something pretty cool here, I think. 5 reviews. I think they were all positive. 1, 2, 3. Show me all your reviews. Yeah, all positive. So people are liking it, but they just don't know about it. I wonder how they're going to make money off this, though. Like, enough to support the continued development. I don't know. I'm going to put in 2,000 here, but I don't know. All right, almost done. Our next game is Cooking Class, which is for sale for $3.89, developed and published by another dev company. Content is posted in this community may not be appropriate for all ages. Oh, this is the community page. Let's see. Come cook with us. Let's learn together how to cook delicious meals for you and your family. Because remember, can't live with an empty belly. Find the right VHS scattered around the house through a random system of placement in order to find the code to escape the house. So this is a horror game. Ooh, looks pretty spooky. Yeah, so this is a collectathon short horror game. Not bad. Okie dokie, looks competently made enough. I like the VHS kind of aesthetic. Let's see what people are playing. So far I'm having fun playing the game. Found out the hard way not to be a good student and stay in class. I think I got near the end while escaping my second go around, but not 100%. Played for half an hour, so yeah, it's a pretty short one, I think. The slight fisheye is a choice. I think it actually works. Yeah, I agree. It's like a little disorienting, right? What's going on? Why do you keep popping that up to me? Okay, and we've got 3 positive reviews. So what am I going to think on this one? It's about $3. They picked up 44 followers from December 16th. Oh, no, this is still the Heart of War. Ha ha! I did not update the charts page. My bad. Okay, they had some people check it out on Twitch, but not many. Only about 200. 24 followers, so slightly fewer than I thought. From December 10th. I definitely think that this is the kind of one that like people will pick up when they are going looking for horror games to play. I would be really surprised not to see this on like Septic Eye or Markiplier's channel at some point in the future. But without that, I don't think this is going to sell more than maybe 300. Not because it looks bad, but because it doesn't have a really strong hook again, right? The enemies, the like monsters, they look spooky, but they look sort of like, oh, okay, they're sort of maybe ghosts or zombies or something. Nothing that like really stands out. The standout thing is the choice of the trailer to start with like a cooking show, right? All right, moving on. Our next game is The Thing from Nowhere, which is for sale for $2.59. Developed and published by Equanimity Studios. Travel to a remote town in Alaska and uncover the truth behind reported sightings of a mythical creature from ancient Inuit folklore. A choose-your-own-adventure mystery set in the 1950s, inspired by classic monster movies and Amiga's It Came from the Desert. Huh. Interesting. The characters are pretty cool, but man, the backgrounds are nice. Really digging the backgrounds. Looks like it's running on RenPy. Like, this is definitely a RenPy engine, I think, or maybe a visual novel maker. If it's RenPy, it's been modified a bunch. All right, I like the vibes. For someone who picked up this with no preconceived expectations, this game was a really pleasant surprise, since I really like the atmosphere of the old Amiga classic. That eerie and mysterious atmosphere is still there, and conveys it pretty well in its various locations, along with some great art and audio tracks. I remember the old Amiga classic had some actions, sequences in between adventuring, but this makes it a much more laid-back experience. No such gameplay interruptions where you might need to shoot out the giant ant antennas just for the sake of it. Can't really complain for the price tag. Played it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, 2 positive reviews. Let's see the charts. 1 person is playing it currently. And store page went up November 10th. So, it's been up and about for a while, but they only picked up 39 followers, which is a bummer. Extremely low followers per day. So that's like less than 1 wishlist per day. That's slightly less than 1 wishlist per day. And long periods where they gained no followers at all. So, I think this game could have found a following, could have found some moderate success if they had, for the entire year and a half that this game had been on Steam, if they had been putting a very small amount of effort into outreach and marketing. Like, $3 a day into an ad service or something like that would probably have had them up with 800 or 900 followers, maybe, like, easily. Just something to keep, even if they didn't have time to do it, like, it looks like this was made by a very small team. Putting $2,000 into advertising for your game could jump the probability of success really, really high. Because as is, I don't think anyone is going to notice that this game exists, unfortunately. Because it does look pretty good. What am I going to say? 250 copies. That's my guess for this one. Moving on to the U Testament, the 2D Coming. Please don't be a not safe for work game that snuck through there. For sale for $2.59, down from $3.99. Developed and published by M. Dickey. Okay. This 2-day remake of the biblical epic puts you on the scene of each story, where you can either repeat history or rewrite it. Wow, okay. Follow in the footsteps of a prophet as he seeks to enlighten the masses and find your place among them as he struggles to survive tests of your faith. What in God's... That was... What? What? Why is there code back here? And see life as it really is. Is Jesus aware that he's in a video game? Wow. Okay. Choices were made. You can make your own character. Like, there's biblical character creation. You can save your choices to all other characters to make your role your own. Wow. Wow. I'm buying any M. Dickey game he releases. Awesome developer. Great works great on Steam Deck. Played for half an hour. Wow. What have you done before, M. Dickey? you have such such trust. Okay, they're not all biblical games. I thought maybe this person was just making like Bible games, but no, we have a wrestling game that did very well. Like 30,000 sales, well, Wrestling Empire. Wild. And then 5 years before that, another game that did quite decently, which appears to be a prison game. And now this. Okay. I kind of want to talk to this person. This is really kind of fascinating. I love Jesus. Thank you, Valley. I really like how you're given random Bible verses while stabbing someone in the face with a fork. I became the Antichrist. What? Normally I say that like confusion is really bad, but I think confusion in this place is like an entirely appropriate response. It's not selling very well, unfortunately, though. Okay, January 13th, 2023. Picked up 30 followers, so it's over the 1 follower per day thing, but out for a very short period of time. How many positive reviews is this now? I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so 6 positive, no negatives. People are liking it, I guess. Wow. How many is this going to sell? Their previous game sold 30,000 copies, but it is very different than this. I have no idea. This is just going to be a shot in the dark. I'm going to guess 2,500, probably. That would be my guess. Numbers don't bear this out, but based on their previous game's performance, that's not unreasonable. No. I'm going to drop that by like half. So yeah, I'm going to guess 1,200. All right. Moving on to Towers Deck, which is for sale for $15.49, developed and published by Emiliagus Games. Definitely pronouncing that one wrong. Towers Deck welcomes all heroes who are ready to defend the castle, construct towers, use spells, build deck, and get ready for enemy attacks, strategize tower placements, unlock new technologies, and become the best. Okay. Expand your map. Okay, so it is a tower defense game. That makes sense. It's called Towers. Okie dokie. It's a deck-based tower defense game where you can build out the landscape and control the path. Interesting. Okay, I think people who like tower defense games could like this one. We got 1 review in a language I don't speak. French, where they only played it for 15 minutes. So, one person playing it now with 3 people at peak, and only put up on Steam on 10th of January. Not a lot of time. How many followers did you get? 11. And 1 positive review. I am going to guess maybe 60 for this one. Alright, moving on. War card game _UVR. For sale for 77 cents, down from $1.29. Developed and published by Jack Eisenfield. So probably another solo developer. Looks like 1 negative review, which says, "You'll get carpal tunnel along with the achievements. Refund requested." Ouch. It's a computer game version of the card game War, but with a medieval theme. Play at your own speed, fast or slow, with the autoplay feature. Save the game whenever you want, and then load the game to continue playing later. Pause the game whenever you need to. The game talks. Okay. Like, War is a very odd game. Like War is completely deterministic, the last I remember, right? Like, you have... It's just the deck. Like, one hand in the deck will beat the other hand in a deck. And there's nothing any player can do. It's just completely luck. It's like flipping a coin. This one's weird. I'm gonna check the charts. Okay. One person played this. And they got 1 follower on January 1st. One negative review, no positive reviews. I am going to guess 10? This one's real weird. Like all the way down to the name. Like, why is it called _UVR there? Is that a misspelling? I'm confused. Jack Eisenfeld, congratulations. You successfully made a game. You made a very weird game, and I am confused by it. Still, you did make the game, so points to you. Look forward to seeing what you make next. Moving on to Zenteni, which is on sale for $23.39, down from $25.99, developed and published by Myron Iceshine. Build, conquer, and collect puzzles. Okay, what are we looking at here? We've got little workers. Is this a real-time strategy game? Man, this is really fast. I wonder if it plays like that or if they've sped it up for the trailer. Stained glass? That was a stained glass? Wow, this is disorienting. So it's like every screen is completely different. Now we're playing chess. Oh, okay, what's going on here? Cut through wild forest, dig through stone to build your kingdom, lay roads, construct towers, and build castles. Okay, so we are building a kingdom. Recruit an army to conquer lands, discover new heroes, find scrolls, and craft equipment. Okay, what is this game? Yes, please tell me. The game was developed by one person. Nice job, Myron. I spent around 3,000 hours after my normal job in 6 years to make it and deliver it to you. My main purpose was to make a fun strategy. Some features were inspired by the games created in the 90s, castles and armies, towers that conquer terrain, and production chains. Features are uncovered by completing the stained glass window. So you will see only a very small fraction of the features at the beginning, and even after you complete the story, there may still be some main features you don't know. Token battle, inspired by Go, masks that influence terrifying monsters. Wow. A game engine that can speed up the game 2,000 times depending on your PC. Okay, and no user reviews. Oh no. So, I think this is the textbook heartbreaker, right? Myron poured an enormous amount of time and energy and effort and care into this game and then didn't tell anyone about it until last week. Yeah, like literally last week, January 26th. Oh, I feel really bad for this guy. This sucks. Like, not the game, but just because I don't think anyone's gonna look at it. That's a bummer. What am I gonna guess? 20? Like, I bet it's interesting if you can get past the fact that, like, it seems like it was made by one person in isolation for like 5 years. It's probably really cool. It's just like he didn't tell anyone until last week. That blows so bad. All right, best of luck, Myron Iceshine. I really hope you got out of this what you wanted. Because if you didn't, that sucks so bad. Okay, moving on to Zombocity. For sale for $2.99, down from $4.99, developed and published by our best friends, Atomic Fabric and Christian Manalaki. Now, before we go and check out the page, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction that this is another driving game. You're going to be driving one vehicle, which is, I'm going to guess, a van, and you're going to be driving through the city that they've reused twice by now, I think, and running over zombies this time. So rather than being that's my prediction. In a van, running over zombies in the same city that they've used a bunch. That's my bet for this one. I am so wrong! Oh, I am so delighted. All right. Atomic Fabric, Chris Menelaki, you have made a very, very different game today in your daily game releases. This is wild. Okay, so it is a dodging game where you're like a little running person who is, wow, it looks like you can actually just run through the zombies and they don't do anything to you. Up until the last 5 seconds, you actually had me there. I was like, wow, okay, this is maybe something. But no, it looks like you can just run through the zombies, so it's not even much of anything. I do really like the art style, and I'm genuinely surprised that it is not a van running over zombies into the same city again. Yeah, it's sort of an infinite dodge game. Hearts is Health. Yep. All right. We only had, I think, 3 of those today, because I think the cat game also had Hearts is Health. As is fairly standard for Atomic Fabric and Christian Menelaki, no reviews. Well, let's check their charts before we head out for today. Okay. 1 player, and the game store went up on the 18th of January. Three followers. I think they may have 3 accounts, because every one of their games that has come out has had 3 followers. What am I gonna guess? 20? That's gonna be my guess. Okay. Well, that's it for our games today. In just over 2 hours and 9 minutes. As usual, single player is the highest, with indie coming in close behind it. This is a casual day rather than an action day, and we had 2D as a top tag. Pixel graphics, pretty high today, and sci-fi. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen sci-fi this high before. Tags continue to be kind of confusing. One thing that I do want to point out is, visual novel. Visual novel is 5. So we have a couple of games flagged as visual novels. Methods, that's definitely a visual novel. Hank is a visual novel. Package is also a visual novel. And The Thing from Nowhere is also a visual novel. So all of the visual novels today are accurately flagged. And there were 5 of them. So that's quite a few. All right, everybody. That's it for me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you, CC, for hanging out the entire time. That's always delightful. And I will see you tomorrow.